Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It was like you could hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, first story up. We got a couple of sad stories. We'll start with the serious stories. First story up is the story about Nazia Harris. I hope I'm saying her name right. She is a 13-year-old little girl. She was the niece of a woman that was dating 41-year-old Jarvis Butts. Okay. Apparently, this niece was around Jarvis Butts often, and he had an inappropriate, to say the least, relationship with this 13-year-old girl. Apparently, so much so that he ended up getting her pregnant. Okay, now this is the boyfriend of the aunt. Once he got her pregnant, he panicked. They wanted to get rid of the baby. I guess he didn't have the money or didn't want to be trying to take her to get an abortion. That was probably going to raise too many eyebrows. And so he decided to take matters in his own hands. And when she got out of school one day, he picked her up from the bus and took her to some location and tried to perform a home abortion. That was not successful. I just cringe at the thought of what that might have even entailed. That poor 13-year-old child had to be terrified. It had to be painful. I just thinking about that is alarming. But anyway, so the girl was pregnant. Apparently, they found all this out from text messages between Jarvis Butts and Nazia. We believe that he killed her. They do not have a body. They're in court right now, and the case is before the jury so that they can try to figure out what exactly they are going to do about this. He was charged with first-degree premeditated murder, second-degree criminal sexual conduct, and child sexually abusive activity. He is also accused of sexually assaulting 2 other minors on separate cases. On one of those cases, the minor is 4 years old. 4 years old, and they say that the 4-year-old little girl had caught chlamydia. What a way to start your life, right? To be dealt with by this predator, and for him to give you a sexually transmitted disease, and you are still a child. You're not even you ain't even thinking about it. Like, what is wrong with this man? So, of course, he is saying that he did not do anything. However, I think they pretty much have decided that he is the person responsible. I mean, he definitely had the motive. He had this 13-year-old child pregnant. And so I believe that they are going to put him in jail for a long time. He really honestly needs to get the death penalty. I don't know if that's something that's on the table, if that's something that the prosecution is asking for, but these are little kids that you killed this girl, and you tried to do an abortion. You was having sex with these kids. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, what? Child. Anyway, so like I said, we're in court right now, so we'll see what happens with this, but the family is definitely on it. Everybody is on it, and everybody is waiting to see what exactly the verdict is going to be. I do believe that they are going to find him guilty, but just terrible, terrible. 13 fucking years old, you guys. I'll never understand it. Anyway, if we get the verdict and we know exactly what it is on the next top of the blogs, I will let you guys know. Okay. Next story. Rest in peace to little Nazia Harris. I'm assuming that she's dead only because they're assuming that she's dead. You know, you hate to be saying that somebody is dead when they don't have a body. I mean, I'm sure you want to keep up all hope that this little girl is out there somewhere, but I think that all the writing is on the wall that little girl is probably not alive any longer, and he just did something with the body. So, which is also terrible for the family. Like, you can't even properly bury your child because you don't even have a body. Just the thought, y'all, the thought. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next story. Rest in peace to little Naziah Harris. Jarvis Butts, your days numbered, homeboy. You about to be in jail for a long time. All right, you guys, next story up is also a sad story I saw this morning. It is about a Bikini Beans Coffee employee. Bikini Beans Coffee is a restaurant that sells coffee, I'm assuming, but the gag is the servers, the people that are taking the orders and serving the drinks or whatever, they walk around in bikinis. Okay, so it's a Hooters of sorts for a coffee shop. Apparently, Nautica Malone, 27 years old, married, children, everything. I guess he went to Bikini Beans Coffee and wanted to partake in the gag there. So I guess he decided he was going to do him one better and not just have on bikini, he just didn't have no clothes on. Okay, well, from the waist down. And he was in the drive-thru. So when he, I guess, was at the first window, or maybe the way it works is the people walk up to the window. And the waitress noticed that he didn't have any pants on. So she went inside and told her manager. So by the time he made it to the window where you're supposed to pay, the manager was like, hello, good morning. And he said, good morning. And she was just like, have you been here before? And I think he said either yes or no. I'm not sure what he said. But then she got close enough to him that she was recording him too. She got close enough that you were able to see that he didn't have any clothes on, down from the waist down. So she was like, oh no, unacceptable. Like, you need to leave. That's unacceptable. As soon as he noticed that she was not going to be with it, he did take off. He was like in a Mustang or, one of these nigga cars, Charger, Mustang. I know, shout out to my Roxstars that might have one of those, but that's what they are. But anyway, he did drive off. Well, we found out 4 days later, after that manager went and they did call the police apparently, but also the manager ended up uploading the video. You guys know how that would go. It went viral. And he was exposed, okay, for a lack of better words. He was exposed, and millions of people saw the video. And I'm sure he was ashamed and embarrassed and humiliated and all of that. And they said that 4 days later, he ended up driving. This was in Tempe, Arizona. 4 days later, he ended up driving to Goodyear, Arizona. He ended up driving to Goodyear, Arizona, and he ended up shooting and killing himself. Okay. Now, the story is crazy because on social media, the people are upset with the manager at Bikini Beans for posting the video. And that was like a form of online bullying. And that's what caused this man to decide to kill himself. I mean, like I said, he was married, he had kids. I'm sure he had family and friends and people out there, and they all probably was like, that's fucking Nautica. So people are upset with the manager. My opinion is, like y'all asked, well, you guys are watching, so maybe you did ask. My opinion is, though, we got to look at the first wrong. What started this whole thing going, okay? And it was that Nautica decided to drive to Bikini Bottoms with no pants on. Okay, we can't be mad at the lady for recording him. He obviously wanted to be seen, Okay, otherwise he wouldn't have been in the drive-thru. I mean, the drive-thru, the vantage point, you up high, you looking down into people's cars. Of course people are going to see that you don't have any fucking pants on. Okay? So he obviously wanted to be seen. It's unfortunate that she posted it. You know, she really didn't have to do that, but I ain't really mad at her for doing it either, because, you know, when we hear about stories about people, it could have gone further. He could have been assaulting. I mean, that's assaulting somebody. Just the fact that you are exposing yourself to them, that's illegal. You know, I don't know if they would consider that assault. Maybe assault, battery, you know, but that is against the law. You cannot expose yourself sexually to somebody like that, you know. So yeah, she could have went on and not posted it and just let the police see it or whatever, and they could have caught him that way, but she didn't. And I'm not really mad. I'm not really mad, because he was wrong for doing that. I don't know, he had some sort of proclivity. He had, you know, these things that he likes to do and everything. And yeah, I mean, it is sad that he killed himself. You know, we've said plenty of times, social media, the exposure is just so big, because whereas if somebody was just talking about this on the news in a certain county or a certain town or city, that's one thing. But when you got people on their phones and have access, I mean, millions and millions of people could have seen that video, you know. So I mean, I understand the whole thing about viral and everything, but you should know in this day and age, everybody got a damn phone, everybody got a camera, somebody gonna record you. If you're doing some illegal shit, we can't really feel sorry for you, even though I hate that this man killed himself, and, you know, he left his wife husbandless and his kids fatherless, and, you know, I'm sure he's got a mom and a daddy out there and people that care about him and all that. So I hate that that's what he decided to do, but I also hate that he just did all of it to begin with. So it's hard to defend when, you know, when you doing shit like that. So there's that. But yeah, his mom is hot. She been on social media and she's talking about it, how that woman didn't have to do this, and, you know, but I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, you know, you doing illegal shit. So I mean, we can't really defend them the way that we want to. Okay, that way that you would want us to. Okay, I mean, there are some people that's on their side, but for the most part, I think most people realize that, I mean, if you're doing illegal shit, then bad shit happens. All right, let's lead with doing the right thing, then you won't have maybe these problems. All right, so that is that. I mean, that's just that. The company did put out a statement saying that they, you know, they do feel for the family member, you know, the loved ones of Nautica, you know, that this was not the scenario that they would have wanted to happen, you know, but he was doing something illegal at their establishment. So that's kind of why everything played out the way that they did. But they're, you know, they're going to cooperate with whatever investigation it is, and they're going to go from there. All right, so let's move on to the next story. All right, you guys, next story up. I guess this is a little bit of politics. Y'all know the inauguration is going to be on, is it Monday? So I guess if the inauguration is on Monday, that means that TikTok court case with the Supreme Court, that's going to be on Sunday. Because I know it was the 19th, right? And the 20th, I think, is Monday. So, yeah. Anyway, I mean, I guess it don't matter. But anyway, yeah, the inauguration is this Monday, and it is what it is, child. Kamala Harris and Michelle Obama are in the news because they both just, we tired of putting on for the cameras. We tired of trying to act like we good, you know. We ain't trying to go higher, you know, when motherfuckers go low. We ain't trying to do none of that. We just gonna forget the whole thing. Of course, Kamala Harris cannot forget the inauguration. She is the vice president, so she will be there. However, Michelle Obama has decided that she will be sitting it out. I think it's also Michelle Obama's birthday. If it's not on Monday, it is this weekend. It's somewhere in these next few days. Michelle Obama is a beloved Capricorn. Okay, I knew it. You know, we'll give her a pass that she's a January Capricorn. I'm just kidding, y'all. Capricorn is a Capricorn. A win is a win. But anyway, yeah, Michelle Obama was just like, I can think of 15 million trillion gazillion things I would rather do than to be sitting up here acting like I feel some sort of way about YSAP taking office again. Okay, so Michelle said, yeah, she ain't gonna be there. Okay, Barack, he is a former president, so he has to be. Well, you don't really have to be there, but you know, protocol calls for him to be there, because remember when Biden was getting sworn in, YSAP didn't go. He was salty, remember? So it's not like it's written in stone they have to do it. It's just usually the right thing to do. But, you know, yeah, Michelle was like, yeah, fuck all that. Fuck it. I will not be there. Okay. Now, Kamala Harris, although she has to be there, you know, before the White House, the transfer of power, I should say, before all that happens, usually you invite the new people that are coming in, you invite them into the White House and the vice president's house and show them around. And, you know, sort of like it's just a little welcoming thing. I mean, it's bullshit, but, you know, we gonna play along. So Biden did have YSAP come down there. Not that he needed to go, because YSAP has been there. He's very familiar with the White House, I'm sure, you know, but because that was what they usually do, that's what Biden did. So YSAP went down there and, you know, they took their few pictures and looked like they was barely tolerating each other, and then everybody went on their separate way. Kamala Harris was like, yeah, J.D. Vance, who is supposed to be moving into the vice president's home, also on that property. She was just like, yeah, you, baby, you gonna figure it out when you get here, because she is not inviting him. She will not be taking him around the grounds, introducing him to the people there. She won't be doing any of that, because if you can remember, J.D. Vance, I mean, hell, I ain't even lying. I'm not trying to be shady or messy or anything. I had them forgot about J.D. Vance. Like, I have not seen that man since Election Day. I don't believe that I have. I haven't seen him saying anything. I haven't seen him on any interviews. I haven't seen him, you know, some little sound bites on social media. I haven't seen him in any article. I ain't seen. It's almost like that motherfucker, did he win? Was he still the person that was chosen for vice presidency? Because we swore it was Elon Musk. We've seen way more Elon Musk and Kennedy. We've seen way more of them than we have seen any of J.D. Vance. Like, I am really curious how this, you know, well, YSAP can definitely shut down J.D. Vance as the vice president, because, you know, the vice president is just there as support. YSAP probably won't even use J.D. Vance for a lot of things, because he hasn't done it yet. While he's trying to get his damn drunk drawer together, we still ain't heard shit about J.D. Vance. So I hadn't forgot about the man. So when they was like, oh, Kamala didn't tell him, I said, child, I didn't forgot about our boy. I really want to see how him and YSAP are going to fare these next 4 years, because I also believe that guy has aspirations. He wants to be, he's probably going to run for presidency after these 4 years. And at least as of now, child, if he was about to say he was about to run, I was going to be like, baby, we don't even know you. Maybe we'll get to know him over these next 4 years, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, he ain't coming down to the house. Kamala was like, you see it when you see it. And that's that. I'm not mad at nobody. You know, everybody trying to say, oh, you know, it's always such a double standard. Anytime the Democrats do something, you know, it's always, oh, you shouldn't have done, just like when Biden excused his son. Oh, you shouldn't have did that. And you guys have a fucking felon that's going to be running the country for 4 years. Yeah, fuck it. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. Okay? You say he gonna let the boy ain't going to jail, not for this crime or for any other shit y'all come up with in them years that he was, you know, on the pipe. All right? So, yeah, we ain't mad. We ain't mad. Also, yesterday, Biden did do his farewell speech. This is going to be his final speech as the president of these here United States of America. And I watched it and I was just like, Joe, baby, just go home. I know he's probably very relieved. Well, he probably can't really relax right now because they are working on this Hamas Israeli government deal to try to stop this war in Gaza, so they're trying to negotiate to get rid of but to release all of these hostages. I think they said there was 98 hostages. They're not sure how many of those 98 people are alive, but they know that there are some that are in poor health, that are sick. They have elderly people. They have journalists over there. There's a little bit of everything mixed up over there. Okay. And not all American. There's other countries too that have hostages over there. So they've been in this intense, the way that everybody has been describing is some intense negotiations trying to get these people free. And they have finally come to some agreements. Now, this is going to work over time. All right. But they're saying that, the groups need to gain trust with each other. They don't trust each other. Everybody got their good eye on the other one. So in order for this to work, they're going to release the hostages a group at a time. I think they said 3 people at a time at first, and they're going to do it like in phases and make sure that everything goes well. The first group is going to be like the humanitarian group. That's, like I said, the sick, the elderly, the injured, probably dead bodies. If there's some people that are dead over there, they'll probably release them in that first group. Then, they're going to keep on doing until they finish. But this is going to be a process. They said the first group, which is going to be a group of 33 people, they said that first group is going to take 42 days for that to happen. And then they are going to, they're just going to continue releasing people, whatever order they decide to release the rest, they're going to be releasing them, and it's going to take some time. So Biden and his team, his administration, they have been working for a long time, having these conversations with, all them over there, trying to get that done before the end of this administration. And then they expect for the YSAP administration to carry, pick up the torch and carry it and finish this whole thing. Now, YSAP, he likes to take credit for things. And so I'm sure this story, even though I want everybody to remember this story, because I'm sure somewhere along the line, YSAP is going to take credit for it and say that he was the one that negotiated this, that those people were freed during his administration, because this is happening at the end of Biden. So of course they're going to be freed during Trump's thing, but Trump ain't had shit to do with it. Well, Biden's administration, I think I did see that they were like thankful that Trump's administration has been helpful as well, but I still feel like that's just somebody just trying to be nice and say some shit. Y'all know that motherfucker ain't had nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, when Biden and Kamala was leaving the conference, when they were talking about this ceasefire and the deal that they had brokered or whatever, when they were walking out, one of the reporters asked them, did Trump help them with this? And Biden, and first of all, Kamala turned around and she just was sort of like, And when Biden turned around, he looked at him and he said, now, was that a joke? And they just started laughing, and they just turned back around and walked out. Because, like, in what world do you see us all sitting down, Biden's administration and YSAP sitting at a fucking table together trying to talk to these people over there in Gaza and everything? Child, ain't nobody fooling with that damn YSAP. As a matter of fact, they need to try to get all these people out as soon as they can, because YSAP might figure out a way to fuck it up. Shit. Anyway, child, that's what's going on. But other than that, Biden just gave his speech, and, he's soft-spoken, and he has his stuttering issues and all that. So it's just like, I just be like, Uncle Joe, just go home, baby. Just forget it. You ain't got to say shit else. We got it. We already know what's what. Thank you for the 4 years. You did what you could, and gone and be with your grandbabies and your wife and your kids, and just live your life and flip the bird. Child, cause what else? Nobody, we ain't fooling with all that. So anyway, yeah, Biden is out. This is his last weekend. They usually have some big party at the White House, so I guess the Christmas party was going to be the last party that we know of for them. And then, you know, it's 4 years of darkness coming. So that's that on that. A little bit of politicking. Yeah, we not mad at Kamala or Michelle, not in the least. The FDA has decided to ban red dye number 3 because they are inclined to believe that red dye number 3 causes cancer. So red dye number 3 is the synthetic dye that they use to color food and drinks. You know, red dye, we've seen that in the ingredients along with the yellow and the blue. You know, they always put those different colors in the drinks and the foods. And yeah, now they are, they're going to get rid of it. So this is how it's going to go down. They say that for those that make their products with red dye number 3, they have until 2027 to make sure that it's removed from their product. Okay. And those companies that use it in medication have until 2028. I was just like, y'all wasn't in no fucking rush, huh? I'm glad there ain't nobody. I mean, 2027 and 2028. Do you know how many people still gonna consume red dye number 3 for the next 2 years? I mean, I guess they just feel like people, maybe they have like their stock to be making shit, you know, and that they didn't want them to be wasteful and everything. So they're going to give them a little time to get rid of some shit in they stock or something. But it's just sort of like, how y'all gave them? Y'all couldn't say 2026. That's a whole 2 damn years, you might as well say, before, yeah, I guess it ain't no rush, y'all. Y'all be careful with that, though. They say that it does cause cancer, or they pretty much feel like it does. So y'all take that with it what you will. But yeah, 2-3 years, they say it won't be any more red dye number 3. And then lastly, you guys, I feel like I was supposed to say Happy Founders Day to somebody. Like, I feel like one of these, you know, all of the Founders Days is around the same time. So one of you guys did reach out. It probably was supposed to be in my last Top of the Blogs, and I don't remember who it is. I didn't remember to do it. So now let's just do a shout out, all-encompassing shout out to all of the Divine Nine. How about that? Okay. So, I know they're going to be celebrating their Founders Day if they haven't already, because some have already passed. Like, I think AKA's was just yesterday or the day before. Delta. So let's shout them out. Delta, AKA, Zetas, Sigma Gamma Rho, Alphas, Omegas, Kappas. I feel like I missed somebody. Sigmas, Omega, aka Delta, Sigmas, Zetas. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Omega, aka Zeta, Delta, Sigmas, Sigma Gamma Rho, Alphas. I feel like did I say Omegas? It's 9 of them, y'all. There's 9 of them, and shout out to all of them, their Founders Day. Sororities and fraternities are still doing the damn thing on these campuses, and that the people are still joining and all, and they are still making their presence known in their communities. And yeah, happy Founders Day to all of you. All right. All right, you guys, get on up off of here. Make sure we do this every single week. So make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you come back. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.